Now, what's going on with me this week? Got a couple of things lined up. I've got a couple of courses in Essex planned, which I will take you behind the scenes in this video. Firstly, tomorrow I'm at Crowlands Golf Club in Dagenham, Essex. Okay, I know I'm going to get some people in the comments again. Oh, it's not Essex anymore, it's East London. Well, look, it's part of the Essex Golf Union, all right, and that is the criteria that I go with on this series, so jog on, all right. But I am looking forward to it. It's a 9-hole course. There's been a lot of news about Crowlands lately, about basically survival. There was some local press saying it is well, it's being sold, it is closing down, and new houses and properties are going to be developed on it. That's apparently not entirely true. I was told basically they're open to selling, and they could agree to a sale, but not necessarily they've sold it yet. So the golf course is still alive and well, and I've been told there's no real plans to get rid of it just yet. It's not going to be a case of like Dunton Hills where I literally played it the day before it closed. It's quite a way away. Anyway, point is, I'm going to go and review it. I'm looking forward to it. It's a 9-hole golf course as well. Is that the second 9-hole golf course I've done? I think it might be, actually. Yes, because Rivenel Oaks was the first one. This will be the second one. I will do 2 loops of 9 to give a score of 18 in the end. But look, I'm looking forward to it. So that is tomorrow. And then later, sort of early next week, I'm over at Woolston Manor. Of course, I've not played in quite a few years, actually. But I'm looking forward to that as well. It used to be a very decent championship length golf course. I don't really know what's happened to it over the years, truth be told. I've heard it's not quite been at its best. So that'll be interesting to see if that's still the case or not, or whether there will be some improvements there. But again, I'm going to take you behind the scenes there. Obviously, you'll see my video, like the 3-minute review. Please do watch that. But I will take you behind the scenes a little bit there on that. What else am I going to do this week? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Look, the last video, if you've watched it already, it was very me. I was the only one really in the video. I was talking whilst I was at Dagenham, whilst I was at Blake's, whilst doing other things and blah, blah, blah. This time I'm going to try and see if I can get a few people involved. Try and sort of get a few other faces in the vlog for you. Try and get their thoughts and feelings in the moment about whatever, really. I mean, obviously it'll probably be about golf, but if they want to talk about life, let them talk about life. But I'm going to try and get a few more friendly faces involved in this vlog, because I want to kind of give you all a little bit of a variety on that. And I'm, as I say, look, I'm learning the art of vlogging as we go along a little bit here, so I'll only try and improve, right? That's what we hope. It can only get better from this point onwards. But yeah, I'm going to try and aim to do that. What else is on my mind this week? It's an interesting week. It's a very interesting time of the year for me. At the moment, I've got a lot of time on my hands, as you probably can see with all of the content I'm putting out at the moment. I might explain why that is in another video potentially down the line. But anyway, I've got a lot of time on my hands, so I'm kind of really hyper-focusing a lot on my content. And this bit's going to sound really kind of sad and whingy from my perspective. It's going to, but I'm going to do it because I want to get things off my chest a little bit. I've just noticed recently views have dropped a bit. And normally that wouldn't bother me too much, but I think because it's really what I'm focusing on at the minute, it kind of does. I don't know why that is. I don't know exacts. I've been trying to work out reasons why that might be. You might have noticed I've done a few polls recently on Instagram or Facebook if you follow me on there. And I've just kind of want to get an understanding, like with golf, are people interested in golf in these months, in these sort of late autumn to winter months that we're currently in at the minute? And just over 80% said yes, which is great. But there is kind of around 20% or just under 20% that don't play golf in the winter. And I do wonder, does that mean that your interest in golf drops in these months? And maybe that might be the case. But then again, if you voted in a poll, then maybe you still are engaged to some degree. There is an argument for that. But yes, I've just noticed like it's been a little bit harder pushing out videos on Instagram and on Facebook, and sometimes even on TikTok, where I've done really, really well. For me, in recent months, it's kind of just been a bit of a struggle in terms of maybe the views have just dropped a little bit to where I want. So it's basically me venting and kind of just, I don't know, not necessarily feeling sorry for myself. I'm not feeling sorry for myself, because you guys that watch my stuff and engage with it and like it and follow me, look, I love you all. You're absolutely amazing, and you keep me going with what I do. But you do have to ask questions sometimes, and I think this is just a typical thing that content creators go through, and this is why I suppose I'm bringing it up, really, is because for those who kind of on my side of the fence of creating stuff for you guys, we have moments like this where we kind of question things, and I think we go through these kind of peaks and dips that occur in when we do stuff. And at the moment, I'm maybe just going through that bit where I'm kind of going, "Oh, is this working? Is it not?" Because I want to bring stuff that you guys are interested in. I'm still very hopeful that you are interested in my series of playing every golf course in Essex. There's definitely been a little bit growth on playing playing the very best golf courses in the south of England, which, by the way, not always going to be, and I've reiterated this a few times to people, it's not all about playing top 100 golf courses. It's trying to find really good golf courses as well that are on that outside that could be really good value for you guys as well. So it's going to be a mix. Yes, it's going to have the Woolstons of this world that I play, but you're also going to have your Surrey Nationals that are, they've had clutch tour events there, so it's a decent enough golf course, but you're paying like 40 quid for a round there, which I think is really good value, and I think that's the sort of options that you guys may be looking for. But anyway, enough about that. I'm just kind of, it's one of them things, as I said, with content creation, we always think about a little bit in terms of how can we improve, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, are we posting enough, are we posting too much. It's just one of them things that we kind of think about. And look, you guys, if there's any kind of content you want to see me doing, hopefully mainly in the golf area, not only fans, I've had quite a few requests of that, believe it or not, but any kind of golf content that you think would be interesting, or something you would like to engage with. I'm sort of talking rubbish now, but you know what I mean. Things that you like, let me know in the comments. I will see what I can do. I will be doing a lot more YouTube content as well. That is not me talking down a camera to you guys like this, actually playing golf shots. You will see. That's going to probably be in the new year. I think I mentioned that in the last vlog, so I'm just repeating myself now. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Love to you all, and I'll see you at Crowlands. And we're at Crowlands. I'm just having a little warm up on the driving range, and as you can see, there is loads of water behind me. Yes, that is not a waterlogged driving range. It is in fact the driving range. It is a big massive lake that you either try and hit over or hit into. But we are here, just having a little warm up. Not been out on the course yet, been in the clubhouse. Very interesting clubhouse they've got here. Went in there, it's actually quite nice. It's got pool tables, dartboards, Sky Sports on the TVs. It's actually it's pretty cool. It's a bit like a sports bar more than maybe a golf clubhouse. But I'll probably show you a few clips of that on the review video, and also you might share some here. Don't know. See how this edit goes. But as for Crowlands today, it is a 9-hole course, so we're going to try and play it twice. It's quite a mild day for November. It's about 13 degrees today. All of a sudden, we've gone from really cold weather to actually quite mild weather. So, no woolly hats, no scarves or snoods, no mittens, anything like that. It is a bit like a an early autumn's day, basically. But I'll show you more on the golf course as we go along. Right, he's waving. We're at Crowlands. What are you expecting today? In terms of, there's two parts to that. The type of golf course and your score today.
Type of golf course, I'm expecting it to be in pretty good nick. And I want to shoot in the 80s.
Shoot in the 80s. Break 80 today, or just shoot in the 80s?
Shoot in the 80s. Anywhere in the 80s.
It's a par 66, this course. I'm hoping, this is going to sound quite, feels really ambitious. I feel like I'm going to try and break 70 today.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to try.
Good call.
If I can get
We don't know what the dangers are.
No,
do we?
no. I think
It's a short course. But
we've played it once, haven't we? But it was a long time ago, and I can't remember too much of it. I know it goes alongside the West Ham training ground, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it there. West
No.
Ham's over there.
That's not West Ham. That's a school. That's a school for anyone who.
Oh, maybe West
I
Ham's
don't know what
over
school
there.
that is. Is it Robert Clack?
Yeah, it could be.
Might be. I think West Ham training ground's over there.
the
We'll go
other
by
side,
it.
So it'd be round the tee off, where you tee off on the
So,
9th.
would you be happy with an 89?
Yeah, I'm in the 80s, isn't I?
Right, there we go. 89 or
It's
better.
Winter. It's winter. Don't forget it's winter.
It is winter, but it's quite mild today, isn't it?
Quite
It's
mild.
dry. It's feeling quite like a early October day rather than a late November. All right, 89 for you. I'm going to try and break 70. Let's do it. Right, update. We have done 9 holes, which basically is the whole course, but we're going to go and do it again in a moment. Before I'm going to get into it, what is your assessment of Crowlands so
Love
far?
it. Done a good, got a good
He would,
score.
because he's got 21 points, so he thinks this is the best golf course on the planet. But honest assessment.
Yeah, it's good. It's
You
forgiving.
quite like
it's
it?
forgiving. It's in good nick. It's forgiving.
Yeah.
Greens are excellent.
Yeah, the greens are good.
Fairways are okay.
So for me, the positives, if I'm honest, greens. The greens are the defence of this golf course. They are actually of quite high standard. They're pretty good. They're what you would maybe expect at a far more premium golf course, and they've got lots of crowns and dips and hollows. It's tricky, didn't like to try and get an up and down from certain positions. As a 2-putt, keeps you on your toes, and if you don't hit certain right parts of the greens, the ball can spin off into little hollows and that. So that is definitely the positive. We're currently playing off mats, which you might see as a negative. This is if you can see it. We're playing off these. Now the positives, you can get your tee in them, so that's fine. Apparently I've been told though on weekends, so this is a midweek thing. You go off the mats on the midweek, and then you can go off the sort of turf tee boxes here, which don't look too bad actually. Yeah, tee boxes. It's a cheap round here. You're talking 22 quid for 18 holes, 25 quid on 22 quid midweek, 25 on a weekend for 18 holes, which doesn't break the bank. The thing that it's just not a golf course for me personally. It's not the nicest of scenery around here, if truth be told. You've got a lot of all sorts going on around the edges of the golf course. That it's not the most picturesque, basically. So if you're looking for something picturesque and something a bit more premium, this is probably not the golf course for you. But if you are someone who is on a budget, lives locally, wants to learn the game potentially, wants a quick round, I think this can be an option for you. But if you want something a little bit more than that, I think there's probably better options, truth be told. But look, we've played 9 holes. I said I wanted to break 70. I'm not sure that's going to happen today. I think I am... What am I? I don't even know what score I am. I think I might be 4 over already. So I've got a lot to do. So I need a level par or under par round, I think, to kind of get anywhere near what I set out to do. I think he's going to be pretty close to his 89, if not better it, but see how the back nine goes. I'm back home. I'm showered. I'm clean. And I can now kind of, I suppose, give my kind of evaluation of Crowlands. And on the comfort of my sofa. I was going to do it in the clubhouse, but got chatting to a lot of people in there. Really friendly place, by the way. Like 10 out of 10 for hospitality today. The guys that I met that are obviously working at the golf club. Obviously, I met a guy called Paul as well on the 9th green who organised this whole thing for us to come and visit. Super friendly. I really enjoyed actually the vibe there. The clubhouse was more like a bar / pub. It had fruit machines in there, pool tables, dartboards. It was certainly more like a pub and a sort of or a bar than kind of the sort of traditional clubhouses that you might see at golf courses. But that's good. I think it's good to have a mix of places like this, and not always kind of be like the sort of traditional, I suppose, golf club kind of style thing. They know who they are there. They're very comfortable in their own skin, I think, at Crowlands. And no, I really sort of enjoyed that side of things today. As for my round, well, actually, let's start with my dad, actually. He predicted that he would shoot an 89 today. He actually shot an 84. He done really, really well. He was very pleased. He enjoyed the whole experience, the whole golf course. He said it really suited how he plays and maybe to his level of golf, where he's kind of like I think he plays off 21, maybe 22. So he's a low 20s handicapper, but he would be classed as a high handicapper in the game. But he said it suits him. He said the place really suited him. He liked what he had, like what he had in front of him. There wasn't loads and loads of danger for him to kind of navigate as such. And he enjoyed the whole experience. As for me, I shot a round of 71. So I kind of missed my target of trying to shoot below 70 today. It was tricky. It's a par 66 if you're playing it as an 18-hole course. It was tricky today. Like off the tee, it wasn't. Like on the par 4s and the par 5s, it was pretty straightforward. Just bang one down there. It was very open and wide. For a lot of the holes, basically. And it was all about how good of a second shot can you hit. But it wasn't just that. The big defence of this golf course, for certain, is the greens. The greens were very good. In fact, if you could... I reckon there was a lot of golf courses that... I think if there's a lot of golf courses that... if they could have Crowlands' greens, they would. They were very good. They run true. They run very quick, but they've got lots of slopes, lots of loads of breaks in them. You can stick pin positions in very various parts of them greens, and you would. It's a challenge. It's all about how well can you hit your second shots to these greens, and can you hit them to the right spots? Because there was a couple of times, especially on the par 3 6th, I thought I hit a really good wedge shot in there. It was only like 130 yards or so, and I hit one. I thought I've hit this absolutely perfect, and I've probably just got a little bit too much spin, and I've ended up spinning right to the front of the green, and actually just come just a little bit off it in the end, because I've not quite just hit it maybe slightly further enough, or I've just given it too much spin. I needed to maybe take a 9-iron, a little bit more extra club, and then allow for maybe a bit of spin there. But it was its biggest defence today was the greens. No birdie putts. Well, there was birdie putts, but there wasn't really many good birdie chances. There was a few, just didn't take any. So I had a round of 71 today with no birdies, which has got to be, it feels like a first to me. But yeah, it's probably not a golf course really for me, if I'm honest. But the truth is, there's always a golf course for someone out there, as far as I'm concerned. There always is. Like, this golf course today, Crowlands, is absolutely suited if you are, someone who lives locally and wants a quick round, because you will get a quick round there. It's very fast. Or you want to just play 9 holes, it's absolutely perfect for that. Secondly, if you're a beginner or someone who's looking to start taking up the game and you live not too far away, it's really ideal. You've got the driving range there. There's some good coaches apparently that work at the driving range to sort of hone in your skills there. But it's a good little course to test yourself out. It's not too daunting, I don't think, off the tee, but it will really sharpen your short game out, because, as I said, these greens, that's where the defence is, right? And I think it's enjoyable. I think it is a more of enjoyable course if you are a high handicap and you just want a bit of confidence in your game and learn the game at a place that's just not like, they're not pretentious there. They're very down to earth, very friendly people there. And it's worth a go, I think, because of that, truth be told. So if you are someone who wants a quick round, learn the game somewhere that's not going to really test you out too much, from sort of tee to green, as like off the tee, you're not going to be tested, I don't think, personally, then Crowlands is absolutely a good place to go for. And it's cheap as chips. Like, I think the max you pay here for a round on a weekend is £25. I think it's 22 quid midweek. It's, in today's world, playing golf, that's pretty reasonable. And I think there's different rates for different age groups as well. So if you want, I think there is cheaper rates maybe for juniors. So if people got kids and they want to get them into the game, go and take them over Crowlands. Genuinely, it's not the most picturesque of golf courses, I will say that. Like, it's not. Like, you are surrounded by, you've got West Ham's training ground there, which is interesting to see. You've got a school that backs onto it.
There's a rugby club that backs onto it, and there's obviously like houses and all sorts there. I think there's even what they called the lockups. There's a big lockup area where people obviously got like nearby. So it's not the prettiest of golf courses, and it's not the most picturesque, but it will do a job for quite a few people. And yeah, give it a go if you kind of fit that criteria. If you are looking for something a bit more than that, look, Crowlands is probably not going to be for you. Truth be told, and there will be better golf courses to go and play for sure. And not every golf course is going to be amazing, but in general, I think it's pretty solid for, as I said, beginner golfers, people that just want a quick round, or high handicappers. Like it's a relatively quite good condition golf course as well. Like we played off mats today, but the tee boxes were absolutely fine, and I think they're saving the tee boxes for more weekend golf rather than midweek. And as I said, the greens are as good as most greens we play at really good golf courses. Genuinely, it's the standout. The one area I think it needs a lot of improvement on, if I'm honest, is the bunkers. And they have got issues there. It is what we call a BYOR golf course. That is bring your own rake, because they don't have any rakes in the bunkers. Now, why do they have no rakes in the bunkers? Because apparently there's a black market for rakes out there. Unbelievably, people are nicking the rakes, and they'll nick anything apparently around that way as well, which astounds me. I don't know why people want to nick rakes from a bunkers. Like, do me a favour. But yeah, so the problem you're going to get is the bunkers are filled with a lot of sand, but they're not raked, and you've got footprints of not just humans, but you can see animal footprints in them as well. And I went in one today, and I just caught an absolute horrendous line. You're just struggling to get out properly out of them. If you can get out the bunkers at all, you've done well, effectively. But that's the one thing I would say it was quite disappointing, but it is what it is. I suppose these are the challenges that Crowlands have in the area it's in. And it's a public course as well. So, sorry, my voice is going. I'm obviously talking too much. But it is a public course, so people can walk through that golf course, walking dogs and what have you. And it just encourages that kind of thing to happen, which is a shame, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's kind of my assessment with Crowlands, really. It's as I said, maybe not a golf course that I would typically kind of enjoy. The other thing I'm going to say before I kind of like, the one thing as well with the layout, nice enough golf course, but there was no really standout holes there for me. I think that was the other thing that's kind of missing as well. Like, I just wanted to see maybe a hole or two that kind of went, oh, that's a good hole. That's a good goal. Like I've enjoyed playing that. It was all a bit of a muchness for me personally. Others may disagree with that. That is definitely an opinion thing. But yeah, that's kind of my assessment, I suppose, for Crowlands, really. Solid enough if you want to learn the game. Very friendly, not pretentious. I definitely encourage people that if you live locally, you want to get into the game. So if you live in the Romford area, Rush Green, Dagenham, and you want to play golf and you want somewhere that's quick, not going to be too difficult for you, and you want somewhere to kind of learn the game, then go and give Crowlands a go before it all closes down, because yes, it will close down. Unfortunately, they are very seriously considering selling the land there. I can understand why, but I don't think it's going to close just yet. I think you're still going to be around for at least another year, maybe even 2 years. So give it a go while you can, basically. And that is my assessment of Crowlands.
Morning. We are at Woolston Manor in Essex, or East London, or wherever we are now these days, wherever classifies as Essex or not. But anyway, we're at Woolston Manor. It is a gorgeous day. I'm trying to sort of pan around, as you can see. Beautiful blue skies. Not too cold. Doesn't require the old woolly hat and the snood today. But it should be an interesting one. I've not played this golf course in probably a good 10 years. It's been a while. So I can't really remember that much of it. I remember bits of it. I remember the first tee shot, you basically have got the clubhouse right directly to the left of you. So you've got that daunting prospect of trying not to hook it off the tee. And I also remember the 18th. Obviously, you go past the 18th on the way here, so how can you not forget it? But yeah, I'm just trying to remember bits and pieces today. I know there's a bit of water around here. There is a river that goes right through the middle of this golf course, which might suggest it might not drain the best at this time of year in the winter. We'll see. I will tell you all about that, whether it's soft out there or not. But what I will say, it looks absolutely stunning today. I'm looking forward to playing. I've got my dad with me today only. So it's just the two of us. Should get round pretty quick. It's quite quiet here today as well. I haven't seen too many people turn up. I've had a couple of groups just rock up now. But I'm going to have a little warm up first on the nets that you can see behind. A couple of little putts and then off we go. And I will tell you all about Woolston Manor and what it's all about, basically. And I'm also in the buggy today, so might do a little bit of buggy, cam, cart, whatever you want to call it, stuff as well. We'll see. But there we are, Woolston Manor. Let's see what you're all about. Right. Predictions, and not just predictions, actually. What are you hoping and expecting today at Woolston Manor? I'll get you in.
I'm hoping for it to be reasonably dry. I think it could be a bit boggy.
I was going to say, I think it's going to be a bit soft, isn't it?
Yeah. And score-wise, around 95.
95.
I'll be well happy with.
Yeah, what is the part, Dave? It's par 72 here.
I don't know.
It's par 72. We'll check that in a minute. Yeah, I actually do think it's going to be a bit on the soft side. I think we probably see a few mud balls out on the golf course. But it is nice conditions. It's not too windy out here either. There's a bit of a breeze, but not massive. Score for me, if it's a par 72, I look at break 80, to be honest. In the conditions like this, I think breaking 80 is good for me today.
Yeah.
I'm going to go breaking 80. That's what I'm going to go for. Let's see if we do it. Right. Scoring course update. Just playing up the 8th now, which is a par 3. Goes a little bit left. Doggy off. Just did a nice drive down the middle. So I'm hoping I can get there in 2. Score update, I am 3 over. I was actually 3 over through the first 2 holes, and then I've steadied the ship a little bit. 1 birdie, 1 bogey. I just bogeyed the 7th actually. A free putt on the par 3, which is a bit annoying. And my old man birdied it, so that was a double whammy there. But playing solid enough. Haven't warmed up. I'm not as completely loose as I like to be, but there we are. We sort of battle through it. As for the course is looking nice. Beautiful day for it. It is a little bit soft out there, but it's not terrible. Like the fairways have got mud, but they're not like, it's not boggy as such, but they are a bit sticky and a bit muddy in places. The bunkers most of them are out of play. I think some of them are under repair, but also some of them are also just got so much rain and water in them that you can't play out of them. But luckily we've not really been in them, but they look a bit out of play. And the greens are okay, a little bit soft, but I think it's just because of the rain we've had here. This is a course that doesn't stay amazingly dry, unfortunately, especially in the winter. But look, if you can see the fairways, they are a little bit muddy, but they're not terrible. I don't think there's any. Well, obviously, buggies are on the cart paths. I think people can go on trolleys here. Yeah, it's all right. It's a nice golf course, proper good golf course. But is it the best for winter? I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know.
Here is my ball tarping. Am I this side of the path or that side of the path?
Oh no, I am this side of the path. Oh, it's all fun and games here at Woolston Manor. Shawty swinging my way. Shawty, you good to me. You know you feel swinging my way. Shawty, swing my way. Come over here, shawty. Right, we are just on hole 15. I've got a little birdie putt coming. Get in there, boys and girls. Course. So, do you know what? It's not actually holding up too bad. I thought it'd be a lot wetter out here today. I've got to be honest. But it stayed reasonably well. I do think though, if we did get a lot of rain, this course would be not the greatest. It'll be very wet and muddy and very soft. But I think the people that run this golf course know that. It's definitely, I would say it's definitely more of a summer course. But that said though, it's looking, I mean, obviously you get some puddles in the bunkers. That is what we are getting today. Lots of puddles in bunkers, and bunkers just not really very playable. But the fairways are fine. The greens are pretty decent. The tee boxes are all on grass. There's no like temporary tee boxes or mats to play off and things like that. So that's good. You can tee your ball up nicely. But yeah, it's quite good. In terms of the layout, it weaves itself in and out, I think, between sort of parkland. It's more of a parkland course, but there's elements of it that's a little bit woodland as well, like where I'm going through right now. You get a little bit more noise, I'm going to say, on the back nine, because you do kind of go along. I think it's got to be, I'm assuming it's got to be the M11. I think it's the M11. It's either the M11 or the M25. There'll be a map here telling me on the screen, oh, it's the M11. What, you should know that by now. So you do get a bit of noise, a bit of traffic, a bit of like road, like, well, motorway noise, what do you expect? But kind of ruins it slightly. But it is a very nice golf course. You can tell that it was a golf course that was very on the brink of maybe sort of championship level. Some really good holes over here, really test you. The stroke index 1, par 5. I mean, the par 5 being a stroke index 1, that says a lot, really, to be honest with you. That is a tough hole. I did manage to par it, very luckily. Got away with a horrid second shot. Found myself in a spot where I could just wedge one back onto the green and 2-putt for a par. You might see some clips of that later, if you're lucky. But yeah, we got 3 and a bit holes to go. Let's see how it finishes off.
You right, guys? Right. It's actually the next day. Sorry, I didn't actually give my overall verdict on Woolston Manor as and when I was there, but I didn't forget. My battery on my phone died. That is why I didn't do it, and then I forgot to do it when I got home. But my overall verdict, and my honest overall verdict, is that it's a very good golf course in the sense that the layout, it's a proper challenge. Like, it's not an easy golf course. It's definitely not a golf course for hackers, put it that way. Like, it will test you in very different ways. There's a very, very sneaky amount of like water hazards and different kinds. Well, the water hazards in Maine, but there's loads of water hazards knocking about on the golf course that you probably don't expect. But obviously there is is it the Roding Valley or the River Roding that runs through it, and yeah, it can really catch you out on a lot of holes, and there's some real challenging holes. I was told about the 12th, the par 5, which is a stroke index one, which is obviously like a bit strange having a SI one for a par 5. But yes, that is a hard par 5. I did try to get there in 2. I didn't get there in 2, but I did miss the kind of the all of the sort of water around the sort of green that protects it, because it is a very, very challenging hole to try and get there in 2. I got a little bit lucky, managed to make par in the end on that hole, which going to run away with all day. But yeah, layout wise, strong golf course. You can tell it was built to be a championship course. Obviously now it's not going to be up to the standards of like what you would typically probably see as a championship course on the basis of the length of it. But at the time, it would have been a very long golf course when it was built and designed. Now it's kind of, it's not overly long, because you're going to have a few like you've got kind of a few shortish par 4s, and the par 5s are not necessarily long, but they're a bit tricky is what I would say. Like, there's no easy second shot for most of them, apart from maybe the 16th. But even the 16th's got a big massive tree right in the middle of it, which guards the green to kind of probably just tighten the kind of ease on that hole. But yeah, layout wise, very strong, as I say. As for condition, I mentioned it earlier I mentioned it on the day. In fact, it's a little bit soft underfoot there, but it's not terrible. In fact, I'll be honest with you, it was very playable. We obviously had a bit of rain the day before, and I was expecting the worst, because a lot of people say to me that Woolston Manor doesn't drain particularly well. Well, truth be told is, it was actually fine. Yeah, the greens were a little bit on the soft side, but not stupid. Like, you're not going to get plug-in balls. Yes, you're going to get a few you're going to create a few pitch marks, but the balls weren't getting like sunken in. It was still like it's still dry enough, and they ran well enough from a putting perspective. I mean, I didn't hold a thing all day. I mean, you may as well have had Stevie Wonder putt for me instead. He would probably had a better chance of getting a hold than I did on the greens, but they were absolutely fine. I just couldn't read them. Just one of them days. And do you know what? Since I've said I'm going to be back to make 100 birdies, I'm telling you now, they're becoming more and more difficult. I don't know if I've just done a mental thing to myself on that one, but there we go. But yeah, the greens were fine. The tee boxes were okay. The fairways were all right. You're going to collect some mud as always. You're going to collect mud on your golf shoe this time of year. You're going to collect mud on your golf ball. And you're going to collect loads of mud on your clubs. If you're not, then you're playing a very well-drained golf course. So in truth, it's kind of what I expect, really. Maybe just a little bit better. The only part of the golf course you would say that definitely needs improving quite quickly is the bunkers. The bunkers were out of play for many reasons. There were some that were obviously under repair with some of the work that they're doing over there. Apparently there's a bit of work that's been done from years ago that they're trying to fix again at the moment. But then the ones that kind of were okay, they were just filled with water. Now, rain's going to do that, I suppose, this time of year. But ultimately, the bunkers were kind of letting down. But I think a lot of people probably say that about Woolston Manor by the sounds of it, is that the bunker's always been a bit of an issue there. So, and look, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, in the future, they can sort that out. But, I mean, that was mainly, I would say that was the main issue with the golf course, really. In terms of what you paid to go and play there, it's pretty reasonable. I think the max that you might pay is on a weekend, and that's about 45 quid. I think a round of golf is probably sort of in the 30 odd quid mark, which I don't think is too bad, to be honest with you. I think it's a golf course that's got a lot of potential. So if they can sort out some of the kind of maintenance like bits that they want to sort out, and very crucially, another golf course that's actually got full irrigation here. But obviously they've not been able to use it for many, many, many years. So if they can turn that back on and get that working for the summer, you can have a really proper good golf course, I think. I mean, if we get the summers that if the summer we've just had in 2025 becomes the normal summer going forward in this country, then you need full irrigation to give your golf course the best chance of actually playing to its absolute best, because it will dry out. A lot of golf courses will dry out if they don't have it. And Woolston Manor is one of them golf courses that's got that facility. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they can get that working and fixing again. And it's not, well, part of it's obviously probably the how to run it in terms of like, does it work efficiently to how it should be? But it's the cost of these things, right? And I'm hoping obviously the likes of Woolston Manor and other golf clubs can find the money and the funds and the ways to kind of get the golf courses watered fine. So yeah, look, that's mainly my overall really take on Woolston Manor. It's a golf course that's got lots of potential. It's probably a golf course you might want to play more in the spring and summer when it's a bit dry. But if you do go and play it in the winter and it hasn't rained too much, I think you're going to have a decent round there. And you will, whatever time of the year, you will appreciate it's a very good golf course. And if it could just get itself to the sort of maintenance levels that I think it can get to, there's no reason why it can't be a challenger against the likes of like courses like Abridge that are close in the area, or even Chigwell, right? Because that part of Essex have got some really, really good golf courses. I rate them too. But I think if Woolston Manor, if they can just get the condition up just a bit, it'll be right up there as well. But I don't know what you guys think. Anyone who's played these golf courses, just let me know in the comments if you agree with what I'm saying here. But ultimately, that's kind of where I am with Woolston Manor. Anyway, for the rest of my week, it's a bit of a strange week for me, to be honest with you. I'm fearing I'm not going to get much golf in for the rest of the week. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to actually play a round of golf until maybe next week, I think. Where are we at now? It's so what would be the week commencing the 8th? Is the week commencing the 8th? I'm hoping I'll get some rounds in there. I'm trying to get in contact with a few clubs that might see if they can get me, or might be able to allow me to film on their course and give you guys a review. But at the minute, I don't think I'm going to be playing any more rounds of golf. Now, what I might do, we'll see how time allows this week, because I'm trying to do so many things at once at the minute. I'll try and show you some practice sessions potentially. So I'll see what I can do. I'm hoping I can do some practice sessions, because I actually do need a bit of time on the range. I think I'm playing a lot of golf on the golf course, but not necessarily just working on a few bits on my game. So actually it might be a good thing to maybe have a few days off or a few days off playing around the golf and actually work on a bit of my game. So hopefully, if we get an opportunity, I will show you all of that. In the meantime, I'm just doing loads of editing at the moment. From a creation perspective, I am literally got bits and pieces that I want to put together. I've got obviously the Crowlands video to do. That'll be the next one up. Surrey National, as I speak, the revisit has gone live, so you will be able to catch some of that. So yeah, Crowlands, obviously Woolston Manor video will be look to be done sort of back end of this week, maybe beginning of next week. And then at the moment I'm doing a little fun little series called Shit Shots of Christmas, where basically I've just found loads of clips through the year of me and others I've played with who've just had a mare at certain points that I've got on camera. So I'm going to be sharing them throughout the whole sort of December. So enjoy them. They'll be on Instagram stories, or they'll be on TikTok, they'll be on Facebook, and they'll be on YouTube as well. So have a look out for that and see if that gives you a laugh or not. There's a few horrendous shots. Probably, I think I had a clip. I think I could have done 2 months worth of clips, to be honest with you. You'd be surprised. You'd think you might find more bad shots from us, but we've actually been playing some all right golf between a lot of us. We're not having too many minutes, but I found some good ones anyway. So enjoy them. So yeah, we've got that planned. Is there anything else planned at the minute? No, it's just grinding away basically. Just trying to get some content out for you guys in these kind of weird months in golf. Golf's kind of a weird sport, isn't it? It's a sport that you can play all year round, but it has its seasons, and ultimately we're in that season at the minute where it's tricky to maybe sometimes do the level of content I want to do with golf courses, maybe just in the winter, a bit softer, a bit wetter, and all of that. And and obviously daylight doesn't help us as well, so we've got a very limited time span through the day where we can only play daytime, right? So it's daytime golf, and that's not always possible to do. At the minute, I'm going to say fortunate. It's not really fortunate, because the truth be told, and this is the very honest truth, and this is what these vlogs are all about, is me talking my mind. And that at the moment, look, this is not my day job. This is something I do for fun, and something I enjoy, and something that's giving me a lot of happiness doing it. It's giving me time to obviously spend with my dad when he plays golf with me, but also me doing something that makes me really, really happy. And this is why I do it. I don't do it at all for any kind of monetary gain, because I don't make any money doing this at all. I wish I did, because then I would do this full time all day long, and I'd love to have that opportunity maybe one day, but I don't. So people might think I'm doing this full time, I'm making loads of money. I'm not. The truth is, look, what I do as a day job, I work as a contractor. I do product management, and I do projects throughout the year, basically, as and when they come along. At the minute, I've got no work, so it means I'm going to fill my time where I can, trying to play golf, trying to review golf courses, and give you guys amazing insight into some of these courses that you can come and play where you live nearby, or if you're travelling from somewhere, or if you're travelling to the southeast in particular, or Essex, probably more so, then there's some options for you guys to kind of have a look at. And I'm hoping I can open people's eyes up to different golf clubs, and also at the same time, I'm really hoping I can help some golf courses and golf clubs themselves get some extra custom. I think it's a sport that's really on a boom at the moment, but a lot of clubs are not probably making the money they probably should. So I'm really hoping that these videos can kind of help them as well. But going on a bit of a tangent there, but at the moment I'm currently out of work and it's not the easiest at the minute. I've been out of work now for a couple of months and it is a very difficult situation. And I'm not going to sort of harp and sell you a sob story because there's no point. But ultimately, it's the reason why I'm playing all these golf courses now at the minute. I'm taking the opportunity while I can. But I know full well that I'm trying to juggle a lot of other stuff in the background. So my days are flat out throughout the day. I don't get time now to really sit down and watch TV or kind of do too much relaxing. I'm constantly doing loads and loads of things so I can obviously support myself, support my other half. And it's just one of them things. So I didn't think I was going to get that deep on this video. Wow, look at me. But maybe I will talk about a lot more of this as we go along, really, in terms of that journey as well. But this is what it's all about, basically. I'm just trying to obviously do my best and do what I can do. And if I can support people in any other way as well, I always try to as well. So there we are. God, that was a bit of a ramble, wasn't it? But look, I will, in the meantime, keep watching the vlogs. Keep subscribed. Please subscribe to the channel if you really are enjoying these. It's a bit of a trial for me, to be honest with you as well. Like I've always wanted to do something like this, but I don't know if these are sort of things people like to watch or whatever. But look, if you like them, please share. Please help me share my content out to other people that might enjoy it as well. Whether it is the YouTube vlogs that I do or whether it's the content I do in terms of the course reviews, you can share on YouTube, you can share on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever platform you see me on, basically, or find me on. If you like it and you think there's other people that might like it, share the love, basically. It really helps me grow what I'm doing. So there we are. Right, I'm going to sign off this evening. Enough of that. I'm going to finish off my night emailing golf clubs to see if they want me to come and visit before Christmas. What a fun way to spend the rest of my evening. But that is the life of a content creator. It's not all singing and dancing. There is a lot of work that goes into the background of all of this. And this is what I hope these vlogs do as well. I hope they kind of shed a light on that. And anyone who's trying to inspire to maybe do content, whether it is golf content or any other kind of content, I'm hoping I can kind of give some insight. And look, if there's any questions that anyone has around in that kind of stuff, please drop me a message or drop something in the comments. I will more than happy help and sort of give my guidance and advice on all of that, because it's not an easy game. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and all the real successful ones, the ones that are far more successful than me. I'm only just getting started, really, truth be told. It's taken years and years for a lot of them to get where they are. So it's not just something that happens overnight as well. There's no quick wins in this game. You've got to keep on grinding, keep on working it out. And eventually, hopefully, it lands for you. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't matter as long as you enjoy doing what you're doing. That's the main thing for me. I enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm going to sign out tonight. And I might see you on the driving range next or somewhere else. Who knows? See you later.